Welcome back to Hardcore Ultimate Iron Man. Last we left off, I had just gotten 60 attack to wield the Dragon Scimitar and headed down to Sand Crabs to do a bit of AFKing. And what a bit of AFKing it was. Because now, my melee stats are all level 66. So we were here for a while. That brings our combat level to 81. And what a pitifully equipped level 81 we are. The Graceful and the Monkey Speak Amulet have no stats. So we're just over here rocking full Addy, climbing boots, dragon sim, and anti-dragon shield. Which has got to be a contender for the worst equipment for a level 81 that has access to the entire world. If you're stuck in a particular location for reasons, then it's acceptable to have worse gear than this. But my goodness, are we going about as horribly as we possibly could? So I think it's time to start fixing that. But first, we're going to our house to put away these camo bottoms. Which we won't be able to take out until we get the camo hat, but that's okay. Nearly completed our first random event set. And it is time to say goodbye to the Monkey Speak Amulet and Gree. We're going to need to get this back for the Recipe for Disaster portion, and then probably Monkey Madness 2. Maybe. Don't know if you actually need monkey stuff. You probably do. Don't mind me. Anyways, we basically need to do most of Monkey Madness 1 to get these items back again. So that's just something we have to deal with. Because I needed the Dragon Scimitar to make the most use of all that AFKing time. Because the Rune Scimitar was way worse. So it was worth it to go get Monkey Madness out of the way earlier. But now, those are on the ground. And we can go prepare for a quest. I already have my pickaxe on me. So the only other item I need that I can get right now would be a candle. And of course, a tinderbox to light said candle. Also got these beekeeper's legs, just in the time it took me to come over here. So that's convenient. We can also go put those in the house. Once we get a higher level construction and improve all of this, so we can deposit all the random event stuff, that'll be nice. So I can just work on all of these instead of only being able to do 2 of them. But also while we're here, we're going to store the Graceful. Just for inventory purposes here. Because we need a whole new set of stuff. Which we will be able to store once we're done here. And that is the ham robes. Because we are doing Death to the Dorgashin. it's very important that you start the quest before you go and get the 2 full sets of ham robes. Because if you do it before you start the quest, it is significantly rarer to get the robes. I don't know if it's only the first 2 sets that are more common, or if you just constantly get more ham robes while doing the quest. But at any rate, we start here with Mistag. They want a favor for the Dorgashan Council. And we can do that. The Dorgashan have not visited the surface in a long time. But now, they're going to be sending someone to look around. And they're also worried about the ham group, which they really should be. The ham are not friendly to monsters. And they would like us to act as a guide for the agent that they're sending. And I could do that. Part of our plan is to infiltrate the ham base. So we're going to need a disguise. 1 full set of ham robes for both of us. And a full set of ham robes consists of 7 pieces. So we've got a significant amount of stealing to do. Or killing. There's multiple ways to do this. Yeah, there's Zanuck. You already out here yet? My name's all capitals, so it always seems like everyone's screaming at me. And that's okay. Zanuck is going to be the agent that's we're guiding around on the surface. But first, the ham robes. With a thieving level of 52, we should be pretty well off to get these robes. Should have a decent chance of success. And things will get better once we have the first full set, because wearing ham robes does improve things when stealing from the ham. Just need to get in here. The first thieving obstacle is slowing us down a little bit here. Just come into the ham hideout. Go over to this room, which is my favorite, because they like to get stuck in between the bunk beds. Makes it real easy to pickpocket them. They just kind of stay in one place. There's our first item, a logo. So there's going to be a lot of things we're going to need to drop here. I technically don't need all this food either, really. There is some combat in this quest, but I have protection prayer, so I'm really not concerned. I guess the food will be more useful here for all the damage we take pickpocketing. But I will collect my 2 full sets of ham robes and get back to Zanuck. That wasn't too bad. I did end up getting 2 of every single item except the capes before I got the first cape, so that was a little silly. But it didn't take too long to get the capes after that, so it all worked out. All 14 pieces of ham equipment. We can hand over the other set to Zanuck. And now, we get to show Zanuck around Lumbridge. She is wisely not wearing the ham outfit that we're going to be using to sneak into their hideout later. But apparently nobody cares that I am just wearing it all around town, not being suspicious at all. Anyways, as much as this is partially a plan to go see what the ham are up to, it is also a tour of the surface world for the first time in a long time for a Dorgishan goblin. So let's make the most of it and talk to some people. Starting with the cook here. The cook is going to do what he always does and ask people to go get him stuff to make a cake. And Zanuck doesn't know what any of those things are, because those are all surface foods. And then she mentions that if they're so common, why doesn't he already have them? We don't have time for this. Goodbye, cook. Goodbye. While we're here at the castle, we should probably also go and talk to the Duke. He's an important character in the area. Zanuck teleported inside the room, so that's good. We're still meeting the Duke in his bedroom. Whatever works, I guess. They're having a good relationship between Lumbridge and Dorgish Khan. If a little bit complicated, since they're not allowing visitors into their city yet. Which, let's be honest, that's pretty fair, since last they knew of the surface, it was the God Wars. So, not letting surface dwellers into the city, pretty reasonable. They're working on it, though. Caution. Very reasonable. See if we can get some hints in any ham activity lately. Apparently they've been gaining members and planning something. Not ideal. Not what you want here. This man was freaking out because of a goblin. He doesn't appreciate it. It's going to take a little bit for people to adjust to the whole cave goblin situation. He's being quite rude, though. And now he's saying that they're stupid. You are digging yourself a hole here. We're going to get some mixed impressions from the people of Lumbridge. Here's the crafting tutor. Show them all about a spinning wheel. Nothing that we're too particularly interested in here. Interestingly, there is a chat dialogue later where Zanuck sees the sun for the first time. But apparently up here on top of the castle doesn't count, so whatever. And I don't think the bank tutor does stuff. Here's Zanuck talking about the Bank of Gielinor. Zanuck doesn't have a bank account. all their stuff is back in Dorgish Khan. And we don't need to access a bank. Because we can't. Ultimate Iron Man. Now that we've brought Zanuck up on top of the castle where we can see the sun, let's head out the front door. I bet we could also head out the back door. I don't know if they... Originally this door wasn't here, so there's every chance that it would very much break the quest flow going out that way. So let's go this way. Make sure things work correctly. Get a nice cutscene. First time Zanuck seeing the surface. Allegedly. We're talking about the giant light that is the sun, which really did not work very well back before graphical improvements were available, and it was a tiny square and the sky was darkness. A little more up to the imagination back then. Don't stare at the sun, Zanuck. Alright. See if we can catch up to Hans. Always walking around. Get back here. Hello, Hans. Not everyone in Lumbridge is pleased with the peace treaty. Yeah, we have seen. At least one person was not too excited about it. But Hans is all for it. Positivity. Alright. So that should be most everyone of interest here in Lumbridge Castle. Let's continue out into the wider Lumbridge area. Let's go talk to Bob, the axe seller. I'm sure nothing bad will happen down here. He just screams to get out. The likes of that thing. Let's go, Zanuck. Filthy goblins. Bob. What are we gonna do with you? Maybe we'll have a warmer reception from Father Eric hanging out in the corner over here. Church of Holy Saradomin. Saradomin, the god. The Dorgish goblins do not have a strong opinion of the gods. Very, very poor experiences there. The God Wars, where they were forced to fight in horrible wars. Not a good time. Their history does not even remember the god's name, only that it was a violent god of war. And the Saradominist priest here thinks that's probably Zamorak. Very much Saradomin Zamorak. The only simple gods here. Not the case. We'll figure that out later. Lumbridge Guide next. One would think he would be fairly polite, giving advice to all the newcomers to the area. But we are the ones that are showing Zanuck around, so we don't really need his help right now. Doom. Talk to one of the combat tutors. The ranged combat tutor would be the best match for Zanuck here. She's got a bone crossbow, which is a very solid choice. Head on into the general store, where they have exotic surface goods. That's one way to say it. The most exotic of surface goods is wood. Down in the cave goblin areas, they mostly use bones for their large structural things you would mostly use logs for. And she's also getting a newcomer map. That'll be good. A fine transaction. And possibly lastly, see a goblin. I managed to accidentally click on that. Oh, there we go. Zanuck, meet the surface goblins. Zanuck of the Dorgeshin. What? What culture? Yes, the art and philosophy of the surface goblins. A peaceful civilization. Nope. The big high war god. Disappointment. Disappointment. Anything else you want to see? Now we can talk about the mark on her forehead. It's very distinguishing. Let's go back into Lumbridge Town. Okay. We can do that. Exactly where the borders for these chat dialogues and everything is mysterious. But this should be fine. Now we get a cutscene. She went down to see Juna, the story snake, for the Tears of Guthix, which is something we should be able to do here pretty soon. We got the fire making level for it. We'll get to the whole story snake bit later. But Zanuck told Juna the story. She led her in the cave to gather the tears. Just a normal day at the Tears of Guthix. But suddenly, a mysterious mark on her forehead, marking her for a special purpose. Someday it will glow again, and then she should return to Juna to learn about her destiny. Wow. Fascinating. So I'm sure we'll figure out what's going on with that glowing mark on her head in a bit. But now let's head to the Ham Lair, see if they're up to anything. Zanuck has put on her disguise, and questionable. Just a very short person coming on in. Why not? Into the Ham Lair again. You think the guards just let the regular ham members in? Or does everyone in here have to pickpocket their way through that door? Zanuck. Zanuck, you get stuck on the door. Could you get in here? Come on. Alright. She's not too impressed with the speaker here. Just being bad. Go. Sneak in with the leader here. Gonna ask him some questions about the plans for the cave goblins. They'll be dealt with very soon. That's not what we want to hear. Anything else you gotta say? Is it really necessary? That very much goes completely against what the ham's all about. Is it necessary to kill all the goblins? To them, absolutely. We've got to get them before they get us. So now we know that they're up to something. And here's a hidden trapdoor. Good eye, Zanuck. So let's get in here. We're not supposed to be in here. Which, I guess shouldn't come as much of a surprise with the whole hidden trapdoor they had going on. If any of the guards see us, we'll be in big trouble. Get him to face away from Zanuck. I can do that. Run over here. And Zanuck comes out and just shoots him. So this is the plan moving forward. Get them. Shot by Zanuck. This other side of the guard, you can turn around and I can shoot him. So the guard doesn't catch you though. Okay. So Zanuck will wait here. I'm going to sneak through these cracks. Also avoiding this guard. And that's another guard down. Patrolling guard in the next corridor. Wait till his back is turned, and then we'll go get him. These guards really need to be paying more attention. This next guard isn't patrolling or anything. He's just standing there. Let Zanuck wait here. And then we go back around. We can lure this guard past Zanuck. And that should work out. You aren't allowed in here. Shot. Another one down. One guard left. Approach from different directions. So Zanuck, you can stay here on the eastern side. Now I'll run back through the completely unguarded rest of this area to the western side. to get his attention. Fantastic. Now we can listen in on the meeting. I can't hear anything, but Zanuck can. Being a very valuable member to this team here. Find the trapdoor, take out all the guards, being able to hear the meeting. There's a machine. We have to do something. They're going to... Oh no, we've been spotted. There's some times where it feels like we probably shouldn't just get knocked out immediately by some random low-level guard. But it continues the quest, so it's fine. Instead, they just put us in jail for a little bit. Not a huge deal. Because we can immediately leave, and no one can stop us. But they did stop Zanuck. Oh boy, did they stop Zanuck. She's just over here. Not moving. You okay? Hey, Zanuck. Not breathing. But the forehead mark is glowing brightly. Our only course of action now is to bring Zanuck's body to Juna. She's dead, but the mark is glowing brightly. Juna did say to return when it was glowing brightly, but it's not like Zanuck can really return, because she's dead. So we're going to do it for her. Now we just need to make our way through the Lumbridge swamp caves with our terrible candle, which is not ideal for this area. In certain rooms, there is explosive gas, which would 1, extinguish the candle, and 2, do damage. Also, if we fall in the water, it extinguishes the candle. We've got like 73 agility, so you would think we could manage, but apparently no. We can just get into this next area. The light creatures provide enough light. Just barely. Let's get down here. Talk to Juna. Tell me a story. Zanuck is dead. Terrible story. The mark's glowing. Puts Zanuck down. A mystery indeed. Zanuck's death is premature. The gods will allow her to be revived. You just bring her back to life? Sure. Why not? Am I ready? Sure. Both hands free. Fine. Here we go. If you have all the supplies ready, you can very much do Tears of Guthix while doing this quest. But we don't really need to do that. Well, we don't have the supplies. There will be a way to get a bullseye lantern in a bit, but not quite yet. So we got the 20 tears we need to revive Zanuck from the dead. Not just a small amount of experience. Literally resurrection. And from Zang's perspective, no time has passed since she was being brutally murdered. So her first response is to freak out from all the people that are murdering her. Yeah, you got killed. It was pretty messed up. And then you've been brought back from the dead. And we finally figured out her destiny. Granted new life, she can carry out her destiny to lead all goblins into a new age. Fascinating. But that's a problem for another day. For now, we need to go stop the Ham plot, which Zanuck was the only one that knew anything about. So it's good she's alive again. They've got a tunnel and a shipment of machinery from Keldegrim. They don't think dwarves are monsters, but they still don't like them very much. So now, they're bringing the machinery to the Lumbridge watermill to make the River Lum wash away the goblins. Death to the Dorgeshin. Hey, that's the name of the quest. Okay. To the Lumbridge watermill to foil the plan. Let's go. They probably took Zanuck's Ham outfit when they killed her. But we're not going back to the Ham hideout, so that's fine. Let's see if we can get across this stepping stone without falling in the water this time. You would think. 73 agility. Hey, look at us go. We're accomplishing things. Back through this area. I think this path here doesn't have any of the explosive gases, so we're fine going this way. But for the most part, you need to be careful in here. Or just don't be careful. Those are the options, I guess. Eventually, you would think they would open up a better way to get to Lumbridge than through the cellar. It's a little awkward for everyone involved. I don't know how much real trade you're going to be getting through the kitchen cellar. Could be like a better, larger entryway. I guess eventually we get there, but not quite yet. They're not even letting people into the city quite yet, so we're not quite to that point. Here's the Ham members moving their boxes of stuff down to this trapdoor. So this will work perfectly. Apparently this Ham member doesn't really care that we're coming over here. We're going to use the classic plan, hiding Zanuck in the box. I wear the Ham robes and just carry her down. I don't know how much surprise we're actually getting out of this, because we're pretty much immediately found out. I mean, we went down the ladder and she's already out of the box. I think we could have just went down the ladder, but whatever floats your boat, Zanuck. We're just trying to be fancy about it. Sigmund, the guards. How's it hanging? I have protect from melee. So this seems like a you problem. Oh, you have protect from melee too, huh? How's that gonna work? Zanuck has a crossbow. Not even gonna bother prayer flicking. Not necessary. I can just be here, swinging my dragon scimitar with my level 81 combat. Sigmund's level 50. If you brought ranged combat to this fight, you would be out of luck, because his prayers are very effective, just like yours are. But we brought a scimitar, so it is smooth sailing. Much higher level than you would typically be for this quest. And that is perfectly fine for a hardcore ultimate. He used a ring of life, so he got away. So we're just going to smash this. I'm sure it's fine. There's no way they could possibly make another one of these when we're not looking. This could be problematic. It's dripping there, so they're getting close to the riverbed at least. I don't know. I think this is the kind of thing where you would need to do a bit more work to make sure this doesn't become a problem in the future. So we'll take this new tunnel here, all the way to the Dorgeshan mine. We did it. We stopped the Ham group and their plots. Well, for now at least. This is not going to be the last we see of them. Even with all the problems we faced, Zanuck still has a positive outlook on the surface world. And that I'm pretty swell indeed. They would have been destroyed for sure. And so, we're now allowed to go into Dorgesh Khan. And also, the bone crossbow is unlocked, which is very cool. We will surely adventure together again. Death to the Dorgeshan, complete. For some thieving and range XP. 53 thieving. Pickpocket desert bandits now. And 14 ranged. Still not enough to actually use the bone crossbow, but that's okay. And we can go down here into Dorgesh Khan, where there's a variety of things we could use. But the main reward that I'm looking for from this quest right now is back in the Ham hideout. In the area where we went and took out all the guards with Zanuck, we can steal some keys to unlock some chests to get some stuff. And we've got a decent amount of food here, so theoretically we should be able to get plenty of items. I'm not going to need the tinderbox or candle. The ham robes are still useful now, since we're going to be thieving from Ham. And once we're done with them, we can store them in the house. So let's get back down here and steal some keys. A lot of good stuff we can get from down here. to open up all these chests. And also a lot of the regular ham loot, which we're going to need to drop. Could probably also turn off attack options. That'd be better. Here's a bronze key. So, you get a key, you open it up, and you find sometimes coins and sometimes other things. So, let's get a larger selection of keys and open some up. There's a larger sample size. Each of the different kinds of keys opens a different chest here. They all have the same loot, presumably. So you can get a variety of jewelry. Mostly going to be lower level jewelry. That's okay. For whatever reason, the guards don't care about us coming into these rooms and stealing all their stuff. Just getting the coin drops is not the best. So here we can get stuff like a sapphire amulet instead of having to go through all the work of making it ourselves. Fairly common to get the sapphire stuff. But what we're really looking for here is a bit rarer. And then for the steel keys, instead of breaking into the other room to that chest, you can just come in here. So, first haul, we got just gold, sapphire, and emerald stuff. Well, that's okay. Because we brought nature runes, we can just high alch everything here. We're most likely going to need more nature runes. And more law runes at this point, too. But that's okay. I will see if we need to do that. Ultimately, I'm going to alch pretty much everything here. If I need any of these items later, I can just come back and steal more. But for the time being, I'm here for one thing, and one thing alone. And that is a diamond amulet. Not the most common thing, as you might expect. So it could take a little bit. So I'm probably going to be alching quite a few pieces of jewelry. That's okay. A little bit of money, a little bit of magic experience, a little bit of thieving experience. Really can't complain. So I will be back when I'm back. Well, it is as easy as that. I think that was like 3 loads of keys. Maybe 4. There it is. Diamond amulet. Going with this over, say, a strength amulet, just because it's one less inventory space I need to deal with. I could enchant some of these to make various teleport jewelry, but again, inventory space is the main concern right now. I mean, inventory space is forever the main concern. It's an Ultimate Iron Man, yes. So we're just going to alch the rest of these. Even got a diamond necklace there at the end, so that's cool. Overall, I don't think that this is going to be better money than Agility Pyramid. Also, I need to get food, since we're still getting hit by the guards pretty frequently. But now we just need to grab ourselves a Cosmic Rune, and then we have the Amulet of Power. And to do that, it's going to take a few steps. Starting in Falador, we're going to get ourselves a wizard's mind bomb. Oh, wait a second. Well, let me see. I think this might be locked behind the scenes. Okay. Might be a slight kink in this plan. I know one of the shops is closed. Let's go to Nightmare Zone. Because we can't actually teleport to the Watchtower since we haven't completed Watchtower. I think it is the Rune shop that is closed. Well, we need other stuff here anyways, so that's fine. Heading down to the Mage Guild. We can't come in unless we have a magic level of 66. But if we drink this, we temporarily have 66, and apparently that's good enough. And we get sandwiches. Honestly, I could take a sandwich right now. I'm a little damaged. So we try to trade with the rune stock here. You won't trust us until we complete Hand in the Sand. That would definitely be worth it because the runes here are much cheaper. But we do not have 49 crafting. So that is something for later. But what we can trade is the Mystic robes here. They're fairly costly, but they're also a much better set of mage robes than we currently have. So I'm going to just go ahead and just get full Mystic. We can also put Mystic in our house, which is fantastic. So we will compare that once we get back over there. But now we still need a Cosmic Rune. So we're going to head to the only other place where we can get... I don't even think they have a Cosmic Rune in there, do they? They've got other runes. I don't think they have Cosmic Runes there. Yeah, either way. We still needed to get this, so that's fine. So we will head back over to Ali Morsane and get that Cosmic Rune. View runes. Buy other runes. I'd like a Cosmic Rune. And honestly, while we're here, we should probably get some more Nature and Law runes. I'm trying to think of... Yeah, we're gonna need Nature and Law runes. So, like 100 of each would be fine. That'll set us for a while. Anyways, level 4 enchant, Diamond Amulet. Amulet of Power. Very nice. Head to the house. Store some stuff. Let's eat this camera one. Full ham. Does not go in the mage, that goes in the armor. And since we have the full set, we can take it out whenever we want. Here's the Zericians. So, with the Zericians, we don't have the magic amulet right now, but we do have the power, which is not quite as good. It's like +6 instead of +10, but for an all-in-one amulet, can't really go wrong. 6 accuracy, 6 defense, 6 strength, 1 prayer. Very solid. All-around amulet. Not as good as better amulets, of course, but good enough. But now, with our Mystic, we can upgrade from 29 mage accuracy to 61. That is quite the improvement. Well, not even just 61. We also have the Majorina Zamorak cape. So really, it's an upgrade from 39 to 71, which is still very good. Probably would not bother getting a magic amulet. Only a slight upgrade. I mean, it's not like it's hard to get a magic amulet, but either way. The power amulet is also good for melee and ranged. Once we get around to doing any ranged. There we go. We can store that Mystics. We can store the Zami cape. I don't think we really have a use case for the Zericians now, so if we were in a situation where we needed to make space in the wardrobe, we could not use a space for the Zericians. But I don't think that's really a problem. We got 3 sets in here. And at least these 2 sets, these 2 pieces of furniture can hold huge amounts of stuff. There we go. Amulet of Power. A big upgrade from no amulets whatsoever. And next, it's time to upgrade the armor. I'm gonna go get my adamant back. And from there, another upgrade. Next time. Goodbye.